From the shadows of creativity to the front lines of underground entrepreneurship, where passion meets hustle and hustle becomes legacy. Welcome to a platform where the unheard become undeniable. This is the Underground Nation Podcast. Today's episode dives into the mind of a man who refuses to be defined by just one lane. A graphic design artist with a sharp visual identity. A toy store owner bringing nostalgia back to life. A road warrior running a traveling toy empire through conventions across the scene. And a bold creator crafting his own small batch moonshine, blending culture, flavor, and rebellion into every drop. He's not just building businesses, he's building an experience. And now, expanding even further into the world of storytelling and conversation, teaming up with the Ravenous Lore to bring new voices and raw perspectives to the surface. This is more than entrepreneurship. This is evolution. So step inside the world of creativity without limits and prepare for a conversation that goes beyond the surface. Featuring your host, the flaming redhead with fearless energy, the voice that cuts through the noise, Feral Minx. Today's guest, Juggalo Jesus. Let the story unfold.
Welcome to the Underground Nation Podcast, the only place where we pull back the curtain and shine a light on the creators, disruptors, and independent minds making real noise underneath the surface and off the radar. I'm your host, Feral Minx, and today's guest is not your average entrepreneur. He's not waiting for a seat at the table. He built his own table, decorated it himself, and sold merch off of it while the rest of the world was discovering Instagram. Today, I'm sitting down with Juggalo Jesus, a man of many layers. He's a graphic design artist, a toy store owner, and the operator of a traveling toy store that hits conventions all around the world, all around America, and brings joy and culture directly to the people. On top of that, he's partnered up in crafting his own moonshine, turning flavor, branding, and hustle into something unique on its own. And if that wasn't enough, he's also stepping into the podcasting world with our dear friend Ravenous Lore, continuing to expand his creative footprint even further. This is the kind of guest we love on Underground Nation, somebody who isn't waiting for permission, somebody creating opportunities with his own hands, somebody blending art, business, identity, and passion into a world that people can actually step into. So today we're going beyond the surface. We're talking about entrepreneurship. We're talking about branding. We're talking about hustle, reinvention, risk, creativity, and building something unforgettable in a crowded world. So with that being said, let's welcome to the Underground Nation Podcast, Juggalo Jesus.
Thanks for having me. Yeah.
Of course, absolutely. So for those who are just now discovering you, who is Juggalo Jesus in your own words?
Well, that's good question, I guess. It's a hardworking person. That's all I do. That's all I know. I've been working since I was a kid, just, always trying to hustle, make money, always.
There's more than hard work in that. I personally,
there's a lot of love in it.
He's an amazing man.
There's a lot of love in it. And the whole reason why I even started TikTok was to spread love and positivity, especially in the Juggalo community, which you don't see it as much anymore. And I came from the old school era when it was all family, and want to bring that back.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Speaking of the Juggalo world and Juggalo community, where did the name Juggalo Jesus come from? And what does it represent to you personally and creatively?
Well, I kind of grew up in the hood, and I was the only white kid with long hair. So Jesus was the nickname I got.
Walking out the doors, Jesus!
I've tried to make it into something positive. I'm always trying to be uplifting and help people as best I can. And that's where I'm trying to bring it anyways.
I think you're doing great. I mean, honestly, mixing it, the hood to, Juggalos. Yeah, we still, I can't even say we ain't the hood no more. Some of us are still in the hood, Okay. But honestly, it is a beacon of light. It just kind of, it has a double innuendo now, because it was, a hood meeting. Yo, look at Jesus. But now, hey, Jesus, we love you. It is a positive thing now. That name brings light.
We can notice places. I got noticed in the airport one time. It was crazy. In Atlanta.
International. We are flying. We are taking. Jesus flies, man. He's everywhere. Juggalo Jesus is coming to stores near you. When you look back at your journey, what came first? The artist, the entrepreneur, or the collector?
Artist I was always like writing, and I wanted to be a filmmaker at one time. I went to college for it.
Oh.
Yeah, I took film classes, didn't work out. I ended up cooking, so I became a chef for a while.
But hold on. You a chef?
Yeah, I worked in restaurants up until about 2015.
Film school, I can totally see. that. Absolutely. That's freaking great. But as chef, okay. Gordon Ramsay, back the fuck up. Juggalo Jesus doing it.
But yeah, collected stuff. I like comic books. I collect music. I like to collect vinyl records. I have a huge music collection. So stuff like that.
Yeah, I've seen some of the music collection. That's great. So obviously we're saying the artist, then the collector, then the entrepreneur.
Yeah, but entrepreneur's taken a front seat lately. So
well, of course we have to. We have to stand proud. Was there a specific moment in life where you realized you weren't meant to follow a traditional path?
Yeah, probably in my mid-20s. I hate working for people. I hate it. I always wanted to work for myself. And yeah, so and you can't have anything good in life if you don't work hard for it. I've always, I've found that to be true. So I work my ass off constantly just so I can be my own boss and not have to work for other people.
I feel that in itself is a vibe and a statement. So what drives you more today? Survival, passion, legacy, or proving something to yourself?
Probably proving something to myself. Because, well, not just myself, other people. I was that kid that was kind of the fuck up, and everyone always said that I would never amount to anything and I would never be anywhere. So this is kind of like a fuck you to them, and it's just, makes me happy, It's,
That is right. Absolutely.
I'm not the dummy they thought I was,
No, you are not a dummy. I mean, 11 years stands on its own. We'll get into that a little bit later. You're not a dummy. So touching a little bit into this film industry making and graphic designing and all that, as a graphic design artist, what kind of work do you enjoy creating the most?
I'm a hippie at heart. I like bright, colorful, like trippy, like psychedelic designs and stuff. And I do that a lot with my artwork, and I like a lot of like horror imageries. I watch a lot of horror movies and stuff, things like that.
Yeah, well, of course, that's actually kind of, can we do a hippie Pennywise?
Oh God, I've thought about that. That would be fresh.
That's a thought right there. That would be dope as hell. We can do them all. Ghostface, Michael Myers, bring them all. Hippie them,
Yeah, I did.
Love, peace, and
pairs of them.
So, how important do you think visuals are when building a brand in today's world?
Today's world, I think it's really important. I mean, everything's online. Everything is in your face, especially digital. You gotta make your stamp when you can, because you gotta have like images that pop, bring attention to people. I think it's important.
Absolutely. That is. Image is so important. Especially, I agree with you. Today, we seem to be in a very short attention span. Most people have, 10 to 15 seconds of their attention on an ad or, of anything. So you have to make it flashy and colorful and loud in order to get your message across in that time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I can totally understand with you on that one. Absolutely. So do you approach design more from instinct and feeling or from strategy and communication?
Mostly instinct and feeling.
Yeah, fuck strategy.
Time. Yeah.
You plan shit just for it not to happen.
I've noticed if you plan shit, it doesn't really work out as well. For me anyways, I'm more spontaneous with stuff.
Organic. I am a creature of fluidity. I like to have I'm going to go with the path of least resistance there, bud. if you put me up against it, eventually we'll build a dam and pressure and we'll break through. But I don't like it. I feel you. But what makes a design feel authentic instead of just trendy?
It's got to have, to me, it's got to have like a piece of yourself in it. Something like of your personality, of you, instead of just some like trendy bullshit that you see every day, you know? You got to have something, a piece of you.
Challenge 2014.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
Looking for bold, high-quality merch that hits harder than your next show? At Smoke and Barrel Apparel, we fire up the best in screen printing and promotional gear, crafted for bands, artists, and creators who refuse to blend in. From shirts to banners, from tour drops to custom promo runs, we've got your back with the best prices around. Learn more today at Smokin'. That's SMOKINBA.com. Official sponsor of the Underground Nation podcast, supporting the heartbeat of the underground, one print at a time. Contact Ryan Chavez for more information. Smoke in Barrel Apparel, where your brand meets the barrel.
When it's more authentic, are we touching into, you know, just like our feels, intuition, our moods, emotions?
And mood has a lot to do with it. Definitely mood and emotions.
So, you know, hence the hippie Pennywise, you know? Yeah, that's a mood. That's a mood right there.
That's a whole vibe right there.
That's a whole vibe. Have you ever created something that surprised even you? Like it came from a deeper place than expected?
Yeah. When I used to write music, I used to write songs, and I never thought I could do that. And I'm still kind of shy about showing people sometimes, but yeah, that kind of, it's a lot of emotion that I don't share with most people. A lot of stuff that goes through my head.
So you said that you were writing artists. You started with this as well into the writing and music part. So did you start more as a form of expression and self, or did you plan on ever sharing it with the world, or was it more of just like a personal?
That's mostly personal for me, music and stuff. Eventually, I plan on playing some stuff out for people, maybe in the circus when we get stuff started with the podcast and everything.
That would be fantastic. I would love, I am curious about that. You definitely intrigued me and piqued my curiosity, sir. Does this also go into the film part of it? You said you were also you went to film school.
I did for a little bit, yeah.
So did that play a part in your decision making as far as, you know, taking entrepreneurship or?
It did. Because at one time I wanted to have like a little independent, like B horror movie studio. That was my dream when I was a kid.
Why do dreams end? Where did that stop, sir? Why?
It had to do with a lot with money, and then life happens, certain things in life. Yeah. You know, shit happens. And then I ended up cooking. I ended up going to culinary school. So yeah.
Still taken aback by that. And so after you did that, I mean, going into culinary school, did that kind of spark up anything for the entrepreneurship? Or, I mean, how did that work?
It did. I worked in a lot of restaurants, and then I started a little catering company for a little while. Didn't last long. It was too stressful. But yeah, it was like, yeah.
Juggalo Jesus, you know, like we got zebra cakes, homie. You want some with balloon animals on the side? It's just great. Yeah. So you have literally gone, you know, your layers are an understatement on this. You have touched base in film industry, graphic design, music, everywhere, chef, cooking, and all your toy stores. How did that come into play?
I was working a part-time job at his bowling alley, and my buddy was a bartender there, and he had a flea market shop for a while, and he wanted to move out and get a brick and mortar and wanted to know if I want to, you know, go in with him. I've been friends with him for like 20 years now. So we started the store together, and it's been fucking crazy ever since. So
what inspired you to turn it into a traveling toy store and bring it directly to conventions?
Well, I live in a tourist area. So after the summer's over, probably around November, it's dead here and there's nothing going on. So we're like, well, we got to make money. So we decided just to pack up the van and this travel. We used to do about 20 shows a year. We've cut that down in half, but yeah, it got to be a little much.
20 shows in an off season, I would say so. And, you know, for those, our listeners that aren't really too familiar with conventions, we touch base on that because I know some people are more familiar with like Comic-Con and that type, but there are so many different types of conventions, and you dibble and dabble in all of them.
I do. I do horror conventions, toy shows, comic book conventions, record shows. I love doing record shows. It's because it's music. And then, I end up spending half of what I make there.
We don't talk about that. Shh.
We don't talk about that. But yeah, I do. I love traveling around and doing shows. It's really fun. And I get to meet so many cool people. I've met some celebrities. So it's all fun. Yeah.
Celebrities at conventions? No.
Yeah. They
don't go to those places.
Met wrestlers. Yeah. I've had dinner with Sergeant Slaughter.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
That is awesome. So, what was the weirdest convention you've ever been to?
God, it was a Star Trek convention. Those people are weird.
Weirder than Juggalos? That says a lot, bro.
Yeah.
You're unique.
Klingons scare me.
Oh my goodness, what happened?
No, they're really cool. They're just over enthusiastic. I thought Juggalos could be over enthusiastic about stuff. Oh Lord, you mispronounce something in a show, they freak out on you.
May the force be with you.
Oh, right? I made a mistake of wearing a Star Wars shirt.
Oh my goodness, take the Star Wars shirt.
You can't have that.
Oh my goodness. What are some things people don't realize about the grind behind setting up at conventions and moving inventory on the road?
Packing the really fragile things and making sure they don't break is what I hate doing. And then having to get there so early to set up. The setup is very time consuming, and the shows are kind of expensive to do sometimes. Some of the tables are like $300 to $400 just to get a spot. It's not cheap, not to mention hotels and food. So.
Right. I mean, and obviously you were saying up to 20 shows a year that you guys were doing. So, I mean, that goes all over. And do you have specific states that you, or areas that you stint to, or is it all across?
We always do shows in North and South Carolina. We're in South Carolina. I've gone up to Atlanta, done a toy show in Ohio. That's about as far north as I've been so far. We're planning on going further, doing New York and stuff. And there's a show in Florida that we want to do coming up next year. Yeah. So, and I've never done a toy show in Florida, so I'm kind of interested in checking that out. I heard it's
absolutely. We need a toy show in Florida. Yeah.
And then we're talking about putting on our own show here, which
that would be fantastic. What consists all in your show? When you go to do all of this, what exactly does it consist of? Just setting up a table and just, hey, here's my merch, What all does it consist of?
I set up not just a table. I have pretty much this whole what do you call it? I set up this whole wall, this whole metal wall with hooks and stuff, grid wall. And I have it and I make pretty much a storefront and my own booth. It's pretty neat.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have a table, I have stuff hanging on the walls, and I'll make a little storefront. It's pretty cool.
Neat.
Hello, you. Hello, new. Hello, early. Hello, pump, push. Hello, energy, effort. Hello, movement. Hello, goals and real swole, the best you've ever looked. Hello, PRs and PBs. Goodbye, couch sitting and TV, or tired and groggy, lackluster and foggy. Instead, say hello to a new version of you. And say hello to Make Wellness, to see what you really can do.
What have conventions taught you about people, nostalgia, fandom, and what they truly value?
Taught me how passionate some people can be towards something they love, no matter if it's comics, movies, or what have you, And it's crazy to see how much how much emotion they'll have over just an object, I've seen people buy a He-Man figure and like jump up and down like they're 8 years old again. You know, it's crazy to me.
We're all little kids inside.
It means the world to me just to see other people smile.
That is great. And that is why you are Juggalo Jesus. So, all right. One, we have to have, what is the most unforgettable moment that you've had while traveling?
Oh, God, can I even talk about it?
God, that unforgettable. My goodness, bring it. We will censor as best as possible, sir, but bring it.
I'll just go with the PG thing that I did.
Okay.
All right. There was a band playing. There was a show in Atlanta, and every year they have this rock band that plays. And they'll let people come up on stage. So I got to go up on stage, play bass, and sing a song with them. So,
Oh, well, that's pretty unforgettable.
Yeah,
Definitely not the XXX version of the PG one we just got. Still unforgettable.
the other one involved at like strip clubs and stuff. You don't want to hear about that.
Oh, I do want to hear about that. We gonna get together later. I'm gonna hear that one. Let's branch away for a little bit. You know, strippers and poles and oh my. Let's talk a little bit about your Moonshine business that you have going on. You have partnered.
That's in the very early stages. Can't really give the name of it right now, but let's just say this time next year, you might see some Juggalo Jesus Holy Spirits coming your way.
Oh my, Red Bull gives you wings, Jesus gives you moonshine.
Yep. So yeah, I'm partnering up with somebody, and yeah, we're gonna bring some good.
Raising your spirits, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, what appealed to you about building something like that instead of just sticking to one business lane? I mean, obviously, we talked about you've been all over, you know, chef and biz and film and everything. So where did this come in?
Well, I like Moonshine. And I was in the mountains seeing my buddy, the one that makes it. And he had this 160 proof stuff that was the most insane shit I ever drank. And I was like, let's partner up. And we're hopefully going to have something. We're trying to work out the legal stuff with it. But yeah, hopefully this time next year. Yeah.
Absolutely. We are looking for some free spirits here. Absolutely. Juggalo Jesus is going to raise everybody's spirits with the spirits. Keep a lookout. It's coming.
It's like drinking fire. I'm going to dilute it with some peach or some stuff.
We're not going to be doing some popcorn Sutton shit over here. You know, if you know, you know. How much of the Moonshine venture is about flavor and craft, and how much is about branding and experience?
Right now, it's all about flavor and craft. Branding's coming second, you know. And that name I just popped into my head just now, so I don't know what we're going to call it.
Oh, well, but you are raising the spirits with the spirits. I think you on to something.
But it's all going to be about like flavor and craftsmanship. I want it to be good. I don't want a shit product out there with my name on it.
Absolutely. You know, that your reputation is everything. You know, absolutely. You got to stand by what you believe in and what you represent. So that is very much a fact. I don't want to be drinking nothing that's going to pucker both holes. You know what I'm saying? We don't want none of that. So what does it take mentally to manage multiple identities, artist, vendor, business owner, product creator, without losing focus?
God, very little sleep. You know all about that.
You answered.
I'm working 24 hours a day. Even when I'm not working, I'm thinking about work or thinking about my next move and what I'm going to do. So I try to keep everything streamlined and focused. It's hard, but yeah, I try my best. Yeah.
Man, squirrels be squirreling, and then you just get them some moonshine and a blunt, and we go.
Oh, Lord.
Get spray. They focus.
I might have some samples at CreepyCon.
Oh, there we go. See, squirrels are going to focus. CreepyCon, for those that aren't fully aware of the CreepyCon that is coming up, a convention that you are most definitely going to be at.
Selling it, but
be on the looks for that one.
Yeah, I'm going to look into selling at it one year, though.
Ooh.
Find a new run.
Absolutely. You heard it first right here.
For sure.
Do you think entrepreneurs today have to be multidimensional to survive, or is that just how you're wired?
I think that's just how I'm wired. It might not work for other people. You know, I was very ADD growing up. So like I get my attention goes around. So working on multiple things isn't hard for me.
Well, you know, at least your squirrels can focus like that. Some of us don't have that luck.
I need herbal help with that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What have you learned from stepping into a business that involves licensing, process, and regulation?
God, learning the law is hard. There's so many different loopholes and law. It's a headache. I've learned how much of a headache it is. Hopefully it'll be worth it. I think it will be, though.
Learn to start taking stock in Tylenol. Absolutely. It's going to pay off. You are doing fantastic with this. I mean, such a man of many hats and such entrepreneurship, like all over. You're also building a podcast with Ravenous Lore. What can you tell us about that collaboration in the circus?
Yeah, it's going to be hopefully bring some awareness to the circus. We're going to showcase everybody that's in there. We're going to, birthday shout outs, news that's going on in the circus, and, just bullshitting, just hanging out. So it should be a lot of fun. I can't wait.
Yeah, and for those of our listeners who are not familiar with when we're talking about the circus, we're actually referring to Binky Circus. We are fantastic group of individuals. So much talent in there too. You're going to be spotlighting this with Ravenous Lore. What made you want to work with her?
She was actually one of the first people I've met when I started TikTok. We became friends pretty fast. She's an awesome person. I like working. She's a lot of fun.
She is. She's fantastic. What kind of conversations or energy are you hoping to podcast that you hope your podcast brings to the world?
Hopefully a lot of fun. I want everything to be fun and lighthearted. No drama, no bullshit.
Just fun vibes, hippie
fun vibes with people. Hopefully some of the creativeness of a lot of the people in the circus. There's so many creative people.
There is so much talent. Do you see podcasting as an extension of your brand or as a whole new chapter?
Something different. Something I've always wanted to do. I always wanted to do it, but I didn't know what I wanted to do it about. So yeah, this is my chance. It's kind of neat.
It sure is. It is your chance. What excites you most about creating content in long-form conversations versus selling physical products?
I like talking to people. So just sitting down with and making new friends and sitting down with people, I'm all about that. So that's what I'm looking forward to the most.
That is, you're right on that one. Podcasting gives you a connection and a chance to not only talk to somebody, but to hear their stories and share their voice. And you learn new facts, Mr. Gordon Ramsay.
He's not that.
We're going to just a few stuff. We're going to bring this. We are going to exploit you, sir.
I've been to one of his restaurants. I weren't that impressed.
No. We're going to have him coming. Listen, Gordon Ramsay, listening right now. I have not eaten your food.
I'll put my beef Wellington up against his any day.
We have a challenge. I'm not even going to lie. Oh, my sweet peas and carrots. You make beef Wellington, you got me melted like butter. A lot of people have ideas, but not everybody executes. What do you think separates dreamers from doers?
Dreamers think about shit, doers do it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, dreamers can fool, but if you just sit around dreaming all day and not getting shit done, sorry.
Well, there you have it. Yeah, not much elaboration on that. Dreamers dream, doers do.
Dreams are good, but if you have them dreams, fucking make that shit happen.
Exactly. Make it happen. Make it happen.
And anybody can do it. Anybody can do anything as long as you put your mind to it. I mean,
that is facts. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah. As long as you got determination, you can do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Determination, man. What has been the hardest part of being independent and building things your own way?
Oh, man. There's money is a big thing. God, I hate that word. that holds me back a lot, but not as much as it used to. So it's like, I don't know. Nothing's really holding me back anymore, I don't think. I don't let things hold me back.
That is a beautiful thing to hear. Nothing should hold us back.
Nothing. I mean, you shouldn't let things hold you back,
No. Have there been moments where you doubted yourself or thought about slowing down?
All the time. I doubt myself every day.
What kept you pushing?
I don't want to disappoint myself. I don't want to be. I want to always just keep winning. I don't want to set myself back. So I have to persevere.
I want you to repeat that one again. You don't want to disappoint who?
Myself. People got to learn. They got to make themselves happy before they can make anybody else happy.
Facts.
This summer, it's all about how you show up. Clean, bold, confident, every angle, built to stand out. Two-piece energy, made to turn heads. Details that hit, front to back. One piece, two-piece, up to 5X. Made for real bodies, real confidence. No distractions, no extras. just the look and how it makes you feel. Only $34.99. Step into your moment. Make a splash. Own the pool.
So what does success look like to you right now? Money, freedom, respect, impact, or something else?
Success, money. I don't think money has anything to do with success. You know, I think success is just how you feel and how you perceive to other people. You know, as long as you're a good person and as long as you do the right things, you got this. You know, that's success to me.
Yeah.
You know,
In fact,
do everything with love. You know,
yeah, the richest man in the world.
You have to have money to survive, but money doesn't buy happiness. And I grew up poor as shit. I know.
You are one of the happiest, most positive people I know.
Thank you. I try.
So in your opinion, what's more important, having a great product or having a great story behind the product?
Having a great product, I think, is important, but I think a good story with it always helps. Always.
Of course, everybody likes lore. Everybody likes lore.
Everybody likes it. But yeah. But great product's always important.
Yeah. Don't go to Timo. Go to Juggalo Jesus. Go there. Go to the toy show. Not Timo.
No, not Timo.
What role has community played in your growth, and how important is it to have people around you who understand your vision?
It's really important. And then my personal growth, connecting with the Juggalo community. There's no Juggalo community where I live. I think maybe there's 2 other Juggalos as they bought some charms at my shop. Yeah. So going on though, and I've helped communicate and meet more Juggalos, and trying to build a community with them has helped me a lot. And I've had people come in the shop looking for Juggalo Jesus, and I think that's cool. It's
that's crazy. You actually have people looking for you now. Well, I don't know if that's great or scary. It's both. It's both. So what do you think people get wrong about underground entrepreneurs?
I don't know. They probably think we're all, they probably think we're all criminals or something. I get people look at me, and I've had ladies hold their purses and shit, thinking I'm gonna, I get cops pulling me over all the time, profiling me. So yeah, people look at people like us in the underground that don't look like everybody else, and they don't think that we're going to be successful or have a good business mind. But I like to surprise them.
Full of surprises. You sure are full of surprises, sir. When people experience your art, your brand, your toy business, your Moonshine, or your podcast, what do you want them to feel?
Joy. I just want to feel happiness. Maybe laugh a little bit,
Absolutely. You surely do that. If everything you're building keeps growing, what kind of legacy do you want Juggalo Jesus to leave behind?
That's a good question. That an ordinary scrub from the streets can, make it in life. I think that's a good lesson. To tell some kid, no matter what adult says that you can't do something or tells you that you're worthless, that, you can do it. You can do anything.
You can do anything.
Message.
What advice would you give to somebody who has multiple talents but feels overwhelmed trying to turn them into something real?
Try to focus on one thing first. Focus on something and try and make that into something real. And then when you do that, you can start working on other things, but try and focus on one thing first.
One thing at a time.
Yep.
What would you say to the person listening right now who feels weird, different, misunderstood, or too unconventional to succeed?
Don't listen to people. You can succeed. You're not too weird. Nobody's too weird. Everybody's got a little something off with them. Don't worry about it.
Absolutely.
Fuck what other people think. You can do it. Anybody can do it. If I can do this, anybody can do it.
Looking ahead, what's next for you that people should be paying attention to? We've already kind of dropped a couple breadcrumbs.
Yeah. Pay attention to the Moonshine. Like I said, I am working on some music with my roommate, so I might have a little. I might have a little punk rock project in the works.
Punk rock project? Oh my! Yeah. Well, please don't leave me out of the loop on that one.
Me and my homie, we've been working on some songs. I'm talking to a couple of drummers right now, and I play bass, so we're gonna see what we're gonna do.
You play bass and drummers. Drummers are in a high demand right now. Everybody's looking for drummers.
Oh, I know. Everybody's looking for drummers.
Everyone's looking for drummers. And just saying, all the drummers out there, Your resumes are being wanted. Please send them. That is great. I am looking forward to that. I really am. I am paying attention. My eyes are peeled right along there. You have definitely surprised me in multiple areas with this today. Before we close this out, for anybody out there listening who wants to build a business, follow their creativity, stay tuned. What is one of the, hold on a second, I'm sorry. Before we close this out, for anybody out there listening who wants to build a business, follow their creativity and stay true to themselves, what is one honest piece of advice that you would give them from the heart?
Don't let people discourage you. If you know what you want to do and you know you can do it, do it. Don't listen to other people. I've had way too many people in my life try to discourage me from doing anything. So yeah, don't listen to them. Listen to yourself.
Listen to yourself. Absolutely. You have to stay true to yourself, or else we wouldn't have a Juggalo Jesus right now. That is amazing. You are such an individual of talent and hidden talent, so many different layers. We have gone from the film industry. We have gone to chef school. We have gone to music. We have gone from toys to traveling, arts and design and all over this wonderful world. And we are traveling it with the Juggalo Jesus right now. And that is amazing, sir. And I hope that you spread your message to everybody that you seem to, that you meet. That's amazing. There you have it. Juggalo Jesus right here on the Underground Nation podcast. A true example of what it means to take your creativity, your passions, your hustle, and your identity and turn them all into something people can experience in the real world. From graphic design to toys to conventions to moonshine to podcasting, this is what underground entrepreneurship looks like when it refuses to stay in one box. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to Juggalo Jesus on all social platforms and stay tapped in with everything he's building. And of course, head over to underground-nation.com to discover more artists, creators, and entrepreneurs making noise underneath the surface. And if you're an entrepreneur and if you'd like to be featured on the Underground Nation podcast, submit your information to ugnpodcast@gmail.com. I'm Feral Minx, and this has been the Underground Nation podcast. Stay loud, stay authentic, and keep rising from underneath the surface.
Woo woo.
And just like that, another powerful story rises from underneath the surface. We want to thank each and every one of you for joining us tonight and for being part of the Underground Nation experience. These are the conversations that matter, the voices that deserve to be heard, and the creators who are out here building something real. If you were feeling this episode, if something in this conversation sparked you, don't let it stop here. Make sure you go follow Juggalo Jesus on all social media platforms, especially on TikTok. Just search Juggalo Jesus and tap into the movement he's building. And if you're hungry for more stories like this, more entrepreneurs, more creators, more people turning passion into purpose, head over to underground-nation.com and explore the world of the Underground Nation, where up-and-coming entrepreneurs are lifting up their communities across the country. Now let me ask you something. Are you an artist? Are you an entrepreneur? Do you have a story the world needs to hear? Then don't wait. Submit your information right now to ugnpodcast@gmail.com for your chance to be featured and step into the spotlight. Until next time, stay authentic, stay relentless, and keep rising from underneath the surface.